In breaking news, Wager Detective is emerging as the next big thing, thanks to his incredible sports betting analytical skills.
Hello and good day, folks. Let's get into this cap. The Braves versus the Twins, final game of the series here. Let's get into it. August 19th, 2026. We look at the Braves. They're 74-52, and they're 32-29 on the road this year. And when we look at them, they're right behind the Brewers and the Dodgers for that number one spot in Major League Baseball, which they're gunning for. You know, they're trying to get to that top spot. And I think this is one of the most dangerous teams that are just constantly overlooked year after year. This Braves team, I'm starting to think might win the World Series this year. When we look at what they've done in their last 9, they are 4-5. They're looking at being swept here against the Twins, and they losing 2 series in a row. It looks like if they're gonna lose 2 series in a row regardless, but they have a chance to salvage the series with a win. They took 3 out of the 4 against the Mets. We look at them last 9 games. They're 4-5, -7 run differential, scoring 3.11 runs a game to 3.89 against. They're batting .202, batting average and .210 with runners in scoring position. And we look at them in the last 3 games, batting average .214 and runners in scoring position 174. So the Braves have not been looking good as of late. Their bats have gone cold, and we'll see what they can do here. And I love this team. Look at this. Michael Harris leading the team in batting average. Olsen leading the team in home runs and RBIs. I love Olsen. Albies, Harris, Riley, Dubon, Baldwin, Yastrzemski, Acuna Jr. when he's healthy. Dominic Smith. I mean, the depth of this team and clutch players and great players on this team, they're just absolutely fantastic. I love this Braves team. And I lost sight of them a little bit when I capped this game. It just reminds me how good they really are, and I think they have a chance here to go far in the playoffs. We look at their road and day splits, 32-28 on the road, scoring 4.6 runs a game, 1.28 home runs per 9, 237 batting average on the road this year with a 700 OPS and a 397 slug, so they can power you up. Day games, 21-16, 7.92 hits a game, 4.68 runs a game, over a home run a game, batting .236. The on-base percentage is almost identical, OPS identical. So this team is pretty much the same as they are in the road in the day, which is consistent. Compared to what they've done the last couple games in the last 9, I expect them to start getting back into a rhythm here. And if we look at them since July, they are 25-17, scoring almost 5 runs a game, 8 hits a game, hitting 1.5 home runs per 9, batting average .245 since July with a 741 OPS. Guys, when you look at a team, keep the Braves in mind when it comes to making the playoffs and making a run deep in this playoffs. I think they can get it. I think they can beat the Brewers. I think they can beat the Dodgers. This team is fantastic, scoring almost 5 runs a game since July. When we look at who they're going to be facing today, Taj Bradley, 25-year-old, 9-5 this year with a 3.98 ERA, 151 strikeouts with a 1.29 WHIP. He is pretty much the ace of this team. Joe, right there with Joe Ryan. As well, when we look at Taj Bradley on the season, he's given up about 8 hits a game, 3.98 ERA, again, 1.26 home runs per 9. The walks concern. He's given up 3.91 walks per 9. Strikeouts are there, striking out 10 batters per 9. So the ERA, not so good. Hits are relatively okay. The home runs, we said, the Braves hitting 1.5 home runs per 9. I expect them to hit a home run today, the Braves. So we'll see what happens. Last 5 starts. The Minnesota Twins are 2-3 when Bradley starts, scoring 3.2 runs a game to 4.20 against. 28 innings pitched, giving up almost 8 hits a game, 4.50 ERA over his last 5 starts, almost a home run a game, walking 5.14 batters per 9 and only striking out 8.68 batters per 9. The wins came against the Royals, the Guardians. The losses came against the Phillies, Brewers, and Managers. He's lost his last 3 outings his team has. And the Phillies was his last outing where he lost 1-7 in that Field of Dreams games where he had 4 innings pitched, 7 hits, 5 earned runs, gave up 2 home runs, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts. So you beat the Phillies and Guardians. As far as your wins in your last 5, you're not going to see that today. You're going to see where the losses were. You're playing a team like the Phillies, Braves, and Brewers and Managers when you look at this Braves lineup. So it's going to be tough sledding today. The Braves got pride, and they're still playing for a lot here, and I don't think they want to get swept on the road. So when we look at Taj Bradley, home and day splits, he's 3-2 at home this year. Giving up 7 hits a game with a 3.65 ERA, giving up over a home run per 9, walking 3.2 batters per 9. Opponent's batting average 212 at home this year. In day games, he is 4-2, 7.6 hits a game, 336 ERA. He's given up less than a home run per 9, but again, the walks, look at that in day games, 4.14 walks per 9, striking out almost 9 batters per 9, and the opponent's batting average 225. So the walks are concern. Home runs are going to be there for the Braves. And then hits per 9, not bad, but the walks are a concern because if you get this Braves team a little bit of breathing room and they get guys on base, even though they're not hitting well, they could turn around at any moment. We look at Minnesota, believe it or not, 62-65. They're only 4 games back out of first place. And, you know, you look at them, they're 3 games above 500 at home this year. I can't believe the Twins are rounding into form, looking to try to make the playoffs. I mean, look at this. Only 3 games out of behind, 4 games behind the White Sox, so they're right there. If we look at them, though, minus 43 run differential, that is absolutely bad. You look at them compared to the rest of the teams in the American League, they're down near the bottom. They do have a 30.7% chance to make the playoffs. They're 4-6 in their last 10 games. So this team is dangerous. I like their bats, man. They're definitely talented. Buxton and Clemens, fantastic. Larnick, I like a lot of these guys on this team. Jeffers. And if we look at them, Brooks Lee, fantastic. Josh Bell, can't forget about him. Keyshaw leading the team in batting average with 270 batting average. Buxton with 25 home runs and Bell with 76 RBI. So they got guys that can get you in many different ways in that lineup. I like this Twins team. Fun, great, team. I don't like the minus 43 run differential in the year. We saw the Braves. They got one of the best run differentials in the National League, 3rd best in the National League. So the Braves are the better team here, but Minnesota looking to sweep here. We look at Minnesota in their last 9. They are 4-5. Looking to sweep here. They got swept by the Phillies in that Field of the Dream series, and then they won 2 out of 3 against Baltimore. So they're going to be going on a West Coast trip, having a day off tomorrow. They're going to fly out to San Diego and then go to Sacramento. So we'll see what they do here. Last 9 for the Twins, 4-5, minus 9 run differential. They're scoring 4 runs a game to 5 runs against in their last 9. And they're hitting 272 over their last 9 games with a 233 average with runners in scoring position. We look at their last 3 games. They're hitting 278 on the batting average and 333 with runners in scoring position over their last 3 games, 7 for 21. So they're hitting situationally well, and the batting average is pretty consistent between their last 9 and last 3. We're right there around 275. So hitting the ball well are the Twins, looking to sweep the Braves in the series. Now we look at the home and day splits for the Twins. Home splits 33-31 at home for the Twins this year. 8 hits a game, 4.5 runs a game, roughly. Less than a home run a game. Hitting 250 at home this year with a 727 OPS and a 401 slug. We look at their day games this year. They're 25-28. 8 hits a game, 4.4 runs a game, a home run a game. Batting 241 during the day and with a 702 OPS. So when we look at this home and day, pretty relatively almost the same. They're getting 4 runs a game. The OPS is high. The slug is nearly 4 on combined. And since July, they are only 20-19, scoring 4.13 runs a game, a home run a game exactly. Batting 244 since July. Slug is 395 with a 716 OPS. And on-base percentage, they're getting on base 32% of the time since July. So this team can get on base. This team is very young, athletic, not athletic, but a good hitting team, good core guys. I've been following them since the beginning of the year, and they got talent. When we look at them in this split, it's the final game of a homestand before a day off tomorrow with a road trip looming. They are 2-2 in the split, scoring 4.25 runs a game to 4.25 against, so the run differential is even. And they're batting 237 in the split with a 231 average with runners in scoring position. So kind of mediocre there in that split, 2-2, but they are scoring runs. And I kind of expect them to do that today. When we look at the final game of a road series for the Braves, before they have another road series coming up, in this with no rest on the horizon. They are 5-1 in this split, plus 20 run differential. They're scoring 7.17 runs per game to 3.83 against. They're batting .279 in this split with a .263 average with runners in scoring position. So the last game of a road series for the Braves before they got another road series coming up with no rest, they're looking good. When we look at the bullpens here, we look at the Braves, and seventh best bullpen in baseball with a 3.72 ERA, led by Iglesias. And when we look at what they've done, Iglesias, Suter, and Lee are all fresh. They didn't pitch yesterday. And Dodd and Fuentes pitched yesterday for the Braves. Dodd had 9 pitches. Fuentes had 15. So the Braves bullpen is very, very much fresh in this split. When we look at the Twins, 26th best bullpen in baseball with a 4.67 ERA, led by Andres Gomez. Not a real good bullpen, but when we look at them, Gomez pitched yesterday. He had 16 pitches. Rogers had 11 pitches yesterday. Morris had 13 pitches. And then Gomez, he had 16 pitches yesterday, but he had 19 the day before. So I don't think you'll see him in this game if the game's closed. Most likely out of the pen, it's going to be Rogers, Hoffman, and Nance. I think any one of those 3 combinations are going to be the, I would expect Rogers to come in last and probably be the closer here. We look at this lineup. They're throwing a bevy of left-handed bats against Bradley today, and I like this lineup. I forgot to mention Drake Baldwin, Ronald Acuna's back. This team is the Braves are looking to get right here. They're going to be going to the Chicago White Sox tomorrow. I didn't mention that Schwarber, A.J. Schwarber, is going to be pitching for the Braves. He's only got 2 starts this year. Not really anything. He's got 1 start this year, rather, and it was a close game, a low-scoring game. When we look at this game, guys, I am going to call the Braves to win this game, -108, and I love this game to go over 8.5. So that's going to be my call here. The Braves on the money line, -108, and the game to go over 8.5. I just don't think the Braves... I think the Braves wake up here. They haven't been hitting well. I think they can here. But if we're looking at another derivative market, I do like the over 4.5 for the Braves, and I like the over 3.5 for the Twins. So that's my call here. Braves money line, over 8.5. Both these teams to go over. But if you're looking for plus money there, I think the Braves do get to 5 runs here. I think this game goes over. Braves money line, over 8.5. Full game, and Braves over 4.5 for their team total over. This is Wager Detective. Thank you for watching this video, and be sure to like, subscribe, follow Wager Detective, and I love all my fans out there, present and future, and I'll talk to you soon. Go Braves and go over 8.5. I'll talk to you later.
Be sure to follow Wager Detective on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok.